Welcome to the fourth installment of Prepping for Launch, brought to you by Squarespace. Today we're going to go over the advanced features, including transferring your domain to Squarespace. Don't forget that you can get a free trial if you go to squarespace.com/TWID, squarespace.com/TWID, 2 weeks for free. And it's pretty easy. If you don't do it, it's okay. It doesn't actually charge your credit card.
Right.
We've done it like 3 times where we signed up the first time, never used it, signed up the second time.
And then the third time we ended up like building a site on
for launch,
yeah,
and now for the group school site.
It's nice that they don't charge you.
It's nice that they don't charge you. It's pretty awesome. So let's get into it and today talk a bit about the advanced. How do you now deal with some of the more administrative and hosting things?
Right.
And let's say you're done with your site, you love it. What do you do next?
What we want to do this week is I'm clicking on the website management link that's here on the top left. So I'm going to turn it on and off.
Okay.
So website management, you'll see it gives you like several buckets. There's kind of like a dashboard, there's structure, member and access, data and media, statistics, and billing and support. So it's interesting. It actually has like a little analytics kind of thing built into it, which is really great. Something that I want to go into is the architecture, which is actually a really important part. And this is actually where you define what content goes in your sidebar. So something that we talked about last week is how, you know, on each page you have like a main content area, which you kind of adjust with those icons on the top right. And then you have your sidebars. There's 2 sidebars that you can work with depending on your layout. And here you see there's a sidebar 1, sidebar 2. And you'll notice sidebar 2 is telling you that it's hidden because the template that we're using for the launch conference website only has one sidebar.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here in sidebar 1, you can tell like there's a couple different modules here. There's a register, launch partners, launch sponsors, and this is what's actually showing up on the site. So and something I can do, which is really cool, if I drag, for example, register, and I want to change the location of it, that's happening live on the site.
Wow, on the site.
Yeah, so let me just put that back because this is a live site. But as soon as like you switch it, it just reflects it on the site. It's amazing. So you can like switch stuff around.
But just to say something, and I read a really comprehensive review and I tweeted it, you know, about Squarespace. And this is a little, for me at least, what I've seen in our experience working with other platforms. This is a bit farther ahead of what you can do on other platforms.
Definitely.
Click and drag moving modules around. It's a little
definitely without having to deal with a line of code.
No lines of code.
It's really great. So that's you know, the sidebar, and you can create like different modules. So here at the bottom you have an insert section. So if you click on that, it'll give you several options of like what do you want to insert in there? Do you want?
Can we do Twitter? What can we do?
We can do Twitter. We can do.
Oh wow!
It's got social links, so you can add all that. I think it's got delicious whatever you have set up for your social links.
Syndication. It has forms, so you can do a poll. It has email subscription.
Yep.
It has everything already ready for you.
All
and you
ready
just put
to go.
the data into it.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about now. We're done, let's say, you know, you and I. What are the final steps that we want to take on our site before we get ready for launch? And it's not for the launch conference, to launch the site.
To launch
so we
the
happen
site.
to be launching the launch website, which is kind of hard to explain, but yeah.
So I'd say like just pointing your domain to it. So basically what that means is you might have your domain registered with like hover.com, for example, and you want to be able to point it to this website that you created in Squarespace. And then this section here called custom domain will let you do just that. You know, it'll let you search for the domain that you have, it'll let you input the information about that domain into the system, and then it'll map to it. And then if you look at, for example, the work here has already been done for the launch conference. So if you look at here, it's telling you, it's confirming like this domain is properly pointing to Squarespace. So whenever you type that domain, it'll point to the website that you built here.
Wow.
Yeah,
and it'll take care of that for you automatically.
It's super, it's super easy. And another couple things I just want to briefly touch upon is the file storage. So this is where you upload all your images. So something that we do when we have a design is we cut up all the graphics, you know, the logo, the background image, for example. We have all that ready. This is where you upload it.
So there's a big bucket where you put everything. So I want my side graphics, I want my logos. You upload them here first.
You upload them here first, and it has a really handy tool, which is this URL link. So here it's telling you where that image lives, so you can go and paste that into whatever, like into the section that we were working with last week, where you're specifying background images, you just copy this URL, you paste it into that section, and it'll just show the image.
Is there any other way to tie the image to it? Can you select it from like a little bucket or something? Like you can open up, hey, select this image. I think I saw that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, there's something like that.
Insert image, and then it finds the image for you, and you just put it in there.
You can upload it as you're doing the task, or you can have everything pre-uploaded, and then you're just pointing the URLs.
I think that what's interesting here is that it gives you a lot of automated features. You do have to know a bit like architecture, and you have to know a little bit about managing the site, and you have to know about, so someone like me who isn't necessarily a developer, but I know all these issues.
You know the web, yeah.
I know the web.
Right.
I can easily do this, especially entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, for me, for example, with building what we're building now, the new site that we're building with Squarespace, it's really about getting it up really quickly and fairly reasonable from an expense and from a time standpoint.
Right.
So it's really about efficiency, ultimately.
I agree with that. And then something that I want to talk about also here is the, if you go to member accounts, it's going to list out the different user profiles that you have for the site. If you go here to social profile, this is where you enter all your social information. And then when you're actually on the site and you specify, like, I want to show social links, it'll show these social links that you specify here. So if you like specify all 20 of these, they'll just show up. If you have like Twitter and Facebook and Delicious only.
Can you enter? Can we put a Flickr badge in there?
Yeah.
Like show our pictures.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have when you go to Flickr, they gave you like the little embed code. You can just create a module here, an HTML module, open it up, paste the code in there, good to go.
Done. Wow. Pretty incredible. So what would we say as a parting thought for, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a designer, and one of the things, again, to reemphasize is that we're even looking at this now to build sites for some of our medium clients, medium and small clients that don't need necessarily, huge infrastructure solution-wise, are able to build their sites fairly quickly. So what would you say as a parting thought to a user?
I would say like what you touched upon at the beginning, like it's a 2-week free trial. Get in there, learn it, it's super easy, and then just kind of look at the client and the project that you're working with, see if it's the right fit. Like you're saying, small to medium size projects, there's absolutely no problem in implementing in Squarespace.
Well, the Mark Echo site, it's $1 billion company, and they're using it for their corporate, site.
Right.
So definitely, I think you can go higher,
I think
even as high as you can go, and that's an interesting kind of thing to use it. We should try it. We should actually try it for a large client.
Definitely.
And it's so easy, and for me, it's been really interesting working with it and being able to be comfortable with how easy it is to integrate the design quickly into
That's
reality.
actually a really good point. I mean, I think even for our group school website, I mean, the way we put the page together in Squarespace, which we're doing right now, has been pretty, seamless and super quick.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ari, for sharing your experience with Squarespace. We really appreciate it. Don't forget that it's a 2-week trial. Simply go to squarespace.com/TWID, squarespace.com/TWID. You're going to get 2 weeks for free. No credit card is needed. So it's not like you get 2 weeks and then you get charged if you don't, register. You don't need your credit card. Play with it. Try it out. Thank you so much.